Amen.
All
Amen.
right.
It's this time. It's 20 years around the earth, and in my 21st year, I get the Braves and I get Georgia. The one I wanted more than anything else. I get to see my Georgia Bulldogs get a national championship.
Yes, sir.
What is up,
Yes, sir.
guys? Welcome to Call on Tyrone. I'm here with Nation from We Are Dark Nation on Twitter, and of course, I got the receipt man, Mr. ATM. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, man.
We
Um,
doing good, man. Woke up this morning again, national champions.
hey man,
More
waking
time.
up now just feels good. I got to go into work yesterday because I got my shirt yesterday. I got to walk into work with my shirt on, and I just felt so proud. Like I was just walking for chest hanging, chesting all out, just so you can see, make sure you saw the victory lap. Like man, it feels good to be champion. Like you can't beat this feeling. And I guess I'll touch our first topic is the haters that we have in this world. These SEC brotherhood brothers that hated to see us beat Alabama. When everybody else seems happy that we beat Alabama because nobody wants Alabama to win. But of course our SEC brothers, our SEC East brothers hate it because now they have no joke. They Florida have a joke. It's been almost 4,000 days since Florida won the national championship. Um, and we're I don't think South Carolina has won one.
No.
And really, it's truly Tennessee's been since oh my God, that's been a year since the 80s.
98, 1998. So Tennessee?
Yeah, Tennessee's 90,
98.
yes.
Yeah, 1998.
So we going into what's going on, Mike? We going into this year of what? Why
Well,
do
you're
you?
on time, Mike.
I'm mad, Mike. I gotta show up faster than you. Faster than me. I can't even say the damn. Y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say.
I
uh,
gotta
what?
give you a hard time, bro.
Why do y'all think Why do you think? I understand the rivalry behind it, but why the hate towards Georgia? Because now it's not just the SEC anymore now. Because now I've seen Oklahoma, now I've seen these other schools try to jump on this bandwagon. Oh, we did what for Georgia win the national championship. So why do y'all think we got the most national hate out of any team that's won a national championship in a long time?
Me personally, I think that it's the cool thing is to hate on Georgia sports. I mean, when you go on CBS Sports or Fox Sports or ESPN, they always putting up some stat about the Falcons or the Bulldogs or the Braves losing. So now that we finally won, they can't troll like they used to anymore. That's what I think is based on.
So
That's
you
good.
Nathan?
Uh, I think it goes back to when Kirby first came over to UGA because everybody who followed college football know what he did at Alabama, helped build that program. And to me, in the moment that Kirby got to Georgia, like they knew. Anybody follow recruiting, that guy recruits behind us. We've been doing for years. Been recruiting the game for like almost 20 years now. And they knew, okay, Georgia's going to start getting these players that Alabama normally get. And the 1980 joke was plentiful then. You know, 'cause, like we were in an era of we were kind of like stuck in the Herschel Walker days. And like this
Yeah.
this year's our year. And so made fun of that. And so now it's like, oh crap. Especially after the championship game the first time, 2017 season, it's like, okay, this is for real. They really from the start winning, Kirby's doing something. So it's like they got you see us choke and fall short. It's like not Georgia. Like the 1980 jokes and cease and desist. I really think a lot of rival fans like the dread of the day that Georgia start winning because I think the biggest fear of some fans, me personally, they don't want to see Georgia be like Alabama. They don't want to see that. And Georgia's gonna be Georgia what we all should have been a long time ago. So we gotta deal with it because we ain't going nowhere. Be back in the thing again and again and again and again. This is the first of many to come. I've been saying
Yes,
that.
sir.
I've been saying that.
That's a scary. That's a scary. That's scary to think about. But like me and Mike had this conversation. I'm gonna let you answer too, Mike. But we had this conversation about recruiting. I think we were all in the group chat talking about the recruiting phase. And y'all always know I'll bring those guys. I'll be looking at those guys and like, bro, Kirby is just a dog. Like, and then you let him get a championship. I think that was the worst thing you could have done.
Absolutely.
It really and truly, letting Georgia win 2 championships back to back and making Georgia letting the Braves win one, and then get Georgia win one back to back, and then like bro, you can't. Now you're considered a championship town now. Like Atlanta, you got 2 back to back. You're a championship town. No matter where you are, Georgia's now a championship state. You can't say we haven't won one in this, this 2000 era. Now we got 2 back to back. So now you're stuck. Now you can't say, oh well, Georgia always chokes. Team in Georgia choke because now you got 2 championships. Now your jokes are gone. Then you see last year the Hawks what they did. Your whole livelihood trying to make Georgia into a joke is horrible. And then Kirby himself just has been like, well, I'm gonna win one. He knew he was gonna win one. Kirby knew he was going to win one with the talent he had. Now we've all had other discussions on quarterback play and all of that. We'll get into that's a whole other subject we're gonna talk about. But I'm gonna let Mike answer real quick. But I just want to say Kirby recruiting wise, like it's over with now. Like this is just like.
Well, I think the biggest reason why a lot of people are afraid of Georgia, really coming to prominence and being one of the biggest schools is mainly because of recruiting. It's a lot of athletes just come out of Georgia that don't go to other schools. So now that Georgia is, won the national championship, it's going to become a lot harder for those guys to get those recruits now. So it's like they're panicking. This is why they really didn't want Georgia to win. They panicking. Florida's panicking. Florida State, all the schools, they panicking. They do not want that to happen. So that's the real reason. They don't want Georgia to win.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat. Was it like 47 players on the team was from Georgia or something like that? Like half the team from Georgia.
I think they said 12 players from Alabama and like over 40.
Was from Georgia, yeah.
Oh yeah, like over. I think it was like 81. I believe it was on a yellow. It was on a yellow diagram.
Mm-hmm. It was on a fight to the guy. It was something ridiculous, like. But I'll go ahead and touch it because I have had to discuss with a lot of people that we've seen. I'll put it like this: we've seen the Kirby Smart quarterback choices over the last couple of years, and we've had the discussions behind, Stetson won. So first off, I will say this: I'll give Stetson I guess I'll give him an apology. I'm sorry that I thought you weren't going to win this. I'm sorry, I got it. I'll give you that. I'm not going to say you're the most talented quarterback we've had, blah, 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 but I will say I'm sorry I doubted you for not winning this one. You did what you had to do to win.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Mike. Man, see, there you go, man.
Look, I don't blame him. It's like I think Curry started the wrong guy. It's like you got thrown into a fire. It's like it's not like JT was hurt. You know what I'm saying? JT hurt be a different story. Like, dude, I'm glad he won, but dude, it was the wrong guy. But anyway, won the championship, can't take it back. I'm glad he can't take it back, but he's just like JT Daniels.
Everybody knows it was the wrong guy. I think everybody knows it was the wrong guy, but I think, like I said, I can't take his national championship with him. So I will congratulate you and say thank you because you had a great drive. Go ahead.
You got a great story, man. I'll tell you that. a really great story. So it's a TV made movie, it's not a real movie. So hats off to him, man. But next year we got to go ahead and get our quarterbacks in there because we got to have the right quarterback, bring the right receivers, and take our offense to another level. If we get an offense to the level we're supposed to be at, and keep our defense where we at right now, unstoppable.
Yeah. So that goes into what I was saying recruiting wise, because we've seen Kirby kind of get the Georgia quarterback. Like Kirby hasn't gone really out of state to get quarterback because it's expected. It's not confirmed yet that JT's supposed to transfer out. It is expected, but we don't know. But let's think about this quarterback room you have now. It's just all Georgia guys. Really and truly. Everybody in that quarterback room right now is a Georgia boy. They all grew up in Georgia. They all are, Georgia. Except,
Carson Beck.
Beck. Beck is from Jacksonville. Yeah. But I hopefully Beck stays. You never know what these guys think. But if Beck is the only one out, but he's still a Southern boy. JT was the only guy in that locker room, in the quarterback room, that wasn't from the South.
Right.
All right, and I feel like, and this is just coming from me, like you can push a quarterback out in a kind of weird way because let's think about the Fromm and Justin Fields situation. Even though Justin Fields was from Georgia, it felt like I think Justin Fields just wait his turn. I really think that was the problem. I think he really just didn't want to wait. But you go into when he did the JT this year, I'm just like, okay, but I can't be mad at you for going to get these quarterbacks from Georgia because you're getting the best quarterback from Georgia. Because you just went and got Gunnar Stockton, who literally broke every record this year. Right. So I can't be mad at you for going to get those guys. But do you think there's going to be a time where that's going to make Kirby fall short? Where he's going to have to go get a quarterback like how, Saban goes when it got Tua, when it got hurt, when it got these guys out of state? Or do you think he can find some same success at quarterback in Georgia? Like, if he just really want to go ahead and get a quarterback to do it. And just keep it like that.
I think it's just a case of happenstance because he does recruit out of state. Like, we wanted Caleb Williams really bad. It wasn't until Brock Vandagriff decided to come to Athens. That's when Caleb Williams to Oklahoma. And, right now, we're trying to get Arch Manning to come to Georgia. So he recruits out of state. It just so happened that we landed Jake Fromm, Justin Fields, etc. So he recruits out of state. It's about who knows who's coming. This will happen that you got Brock Vandagriff and you got Gunnar Stockton, who are really, really good. 1.5-star quarterbacks in the state of Georgia. So it just he recruits out of state just about who can bring in and be the right fit. Just so happen to be a lot of Georgia boys lately. So I fully hope that we get Arch Manning for the 23 class. So we'll see how that work out.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams will come to Georgia. But ATM, go ahead.
No, I was about to add. You had already said that Caleb Williams, but as far as the quarterbacks, my question was going to be, now that he won a championship with Stetson Bennett, even though this team was mostly led by the defense, right. Is it fair to still hold Kirby accountable for starting Jake Fromm over Justin Fields?
No, I think that's dead. That's dead. Once you got a championship, to me that's dead. You got a championship now, and I would say this: like Justin Fields had the exact same success Jake Fromm had. Played in the championship, won a playoff game, and you lost to Alabama. Same stats. So, but neither one won the championship. So I will say that's just dead right there.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
I said there's no guarantee we would have won with Justin. So I think the conversation is dead right to me. I'm like moving on from that.
I mean, usually their career successfully. They're not both okay, Justin Fields had a great time though. He had a great season, went to the draft. Right. Jake Fromm, 2 years, had a great 2 years, went to the draft. Now, if you want to go past college and go to NFL success, they're not much different either in that regard. One just went higher in the draft than the other one because of pure height. People were thinking, Justin Fields is young, he's mobile, he can move. let's get him at, he got, and then it was like Jake Fromm. Oh, Jake Fromm just sits in the pocket and throws the ball. He's a pro-style quarterback. We don't need that. So, but you go look at career numbers in the NFL. The only thing Justin Fields got is games. But passing yards, rushing, anything you look at, there's not really much of a difference. But, they have the same college path. They both went to college. They both, went to Georgia. One left and went to Ohio State, lost the championship. One was in Georgia and lost the championship. You can't put that on Kirby. You can say, okay, Kirby, maybe you could have played him, but you don't even know. It would have maybe not changed nothing at that point, really and truly.
Right.
I
think also like two things I look with whole. I'm sorry, guys.
I was gonna let Dawn go. Know what his
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up, Dawn? No time, no see.
Hey, y'all know how it is. But I want to come out first and foremost. It's hard for me to say this. Congratulate you guys on winning y'all national championship. I'm a Michigan fan. I'm a diehard Michigan Wolverine fan. Y'all whooped our ass. I give y'all that. And y'all finally did it. So congratulations to y'all. Second thing, y'all just brought up Justin Fields. Now, what if Justin Fields would have stayed at Georgia and waited his time to play? He could have been in the position Stetson Bennett would have been in last week.
True.
And won. But do I really believe that? Hold on. Do I really believe that? I really don't. Because you had the talent at Ohio State and you didn't do anything to capitalize. And I'm not saying it's just him. It's a whole effort to win a championship. We all know that. We talk about this all the time. It takes a whole team, the front off, but college is just the coaching staff, the recruits, and the coordinators and even the players to win the championship.
I just want to say that. They don't lose to Alabama in the SEC championship if Justin Fields is there. They don't lose. There's not a chance in hell they lose to Alabama in the SEC championship if that's Justin Fields. Just wanted to say that.
You talking about in what year?
If it was this year, if Justin Fields were here this year, they don't lose to Alabama that first game.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll take that.
Right.
Yeah, the outcome would have been different. The outcome could have been different. But who's to say that if Justin, let's be real, let's say in not even that's a perfect world. Let's just say Justin Fields himself. Will he ever learn how to play in that pro style of offense? I just don't know. And now
I think I would say I think Todd Monken. Well, we when he was here, we didn't have Todd. Who was our OT when he was here? Because Todd.
When Justin was here.
Yeah, when Justin was here, it wasn't Monken. Yeah.
Jim Chain, the offensive coordinator with Justin Fields.
Yeah, so we might have changed. I think we would have, if we would have, you don't know if we would have brought Monken or not. In a perfect world, I can see us having Monken here, and we Justin Fields probably would have done it. He would have been running when Stetson was running, though. Like, let's be honest, he's a mobile. He would have had him Justin Fields himself. So.
Yeah, because Stetson lost his job 3 times when he was
in
here.
Offense because you went to Ohio State to go to a watered down offense. And yeah, you were successful there, but look at you in Chicago now. Like you learned that pro style offense, and now you got to start all over from scratch again because your head coach, who was the play caller, is gone now. And I mentioned this earlier today. I feel like the best case scenario for Justin Fields is Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator for Buffalo, to go to Chicago to be his head coach. I feel like he can be savaged and play at a good level with Brian Daboll as his play caller.
You have to build like when we talk about that Georgia team in 2016, going into 2016, 2017. When you talk about that team was built to win. That team was really built to win. I really think the one call that really hurt us was that offside call. I think that was the game-changing call because it was like imagine if we would have just, they would have called that as not a penalty. We would have won that game because he was supposed to be.
Kirby completely changed his game plan from the first championship.
Yeah.
If you guys go back and watch it, the game, he was much more aggressive up front. He didn't sit around and just wait for pressure to get there. He took it to Alabama. He took it to Bryce. That was the nothing changed with how they approach the game. It's just how he attacks their offense, and that's the reason why you go back and look
and remember, Matt, Mike, we talked about. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, remember we had this conversation in the chat, like that the first time y'all played them in the SEC championship game, it was more of him his defense. He was scouting what Bryce Young and what they was doing on offense, and that's why that's why they really just lost the game, because they kind of know, okay, well, we lose, we still gonna have a chance to play for a natty, and when they played again, you see that he switched it up on defense. You saw a lot of creativity with the pressure and the blitzing and everything.
Yep.
Sure did.
We made Bryce Young. Somebody was telling me this. Like we were talking about the game, and he was just like, "Bro, I've never seen Alabama look physically beat up." Like
Bryce Young was he was getting towed up, bro.
They just look. He was like, "Man, they just looked physically like they didn't care no more. Like they were just done with it." And I said, that's the thing. When you got a quarterback with 39 pressures, like that's the crazy. I don't think that's in a game. 39 pressures in a game, and you think that old line gonna sit there and take that many blitzes and get some different linebackers and stuff? Like, bro, no. Like, you gotta think, them guys going full speed at you the whole game. So imagine you a guard and you got N'Kobe Dean coming on one side, then Tindale got to come at the center, and then you got to deal with Jordan Davis and Wyatt and all of those guys. And Nolan Smith still coming at you every other play. Like, bro, this Kirby played that game, and this was the thing, like you were saying about the AC Championship game. Like, I was so mad at Kirby because he didn't adjust in that second half. I was so mad at him. I was like, bro, we got to go to halftime and adjust, and we got to win this game and this and that. And I was just like, well, we're still going to make it. Everybody knew we were going to make it. I mean, it was 100% chance when everybody told we were going to make it. But to see, this game, the difference, like, Bryce Young was getting around the edge versus the AC Championship. This game, he didn't get around any edge. I don't think he was able to run the ball but once. So, you got to think, Kirby always has a good adjustment for running quarterback. He always does, but it always takes him some time to, like, so every time we played, his first year we lost to Georgia Tech. Cool. Second year we blew Georgia Tech out. Like, you gotta think, like, it's stuff like that where he has to adjust. And Bryce just happened to get the worst of it because he didn't get a year to wait. Like, he didn't get a year to wait. He got 3 weeks to wait and had to get right back and play Georgia. And that hurt. I think that Alabama should have known. Okay, and then these excuses with injuries, talking about, oh, well, we didn't have Mickey, and we didn't have, then Jamison Williams got hurt, and then, bro, everybody on your team is a 5-star receiver. You got nothing but 5. Then your defense got burnt. I would care more about you saying, okay, we didn't have our corners, and number 6 got toasted by Donnie, and he got toasted by Donnie and oh my God, what's the name? He got beat by both of them, back-to-back plays. So you understand why you can see we had a game plan all around that just looked good. Like, I think you couldn't beat this game plan. Like, I really can't think you couldn't beat this game plan because Kirby made great adjustments on defense. Shout out Dan Lanning too. I always give Dan Lanning his credit because he helped Kirby a lot. And I hope he has we get to play him week 1 next year. Because Georgia plays Oregon, so we get to see him week 1 next year. So hopefully that's a great game. But I always want to shout out Dan Lanning because those adjustments and stuff you see sometimes come from Dan, and those two work hand in hand. And you can tell they really went into the lab this last couple of weeks. They went into the lab because what we did to Michigan, I thought Michigan was gonna be closer. What we did to Michigan. And then what we did to Alabama, just like really just beating the will out of people, was just ridiculous. Like that's like old school football. That's football you don't really see nowadays. Like that was an old school football type of thing that we did. We just beat them. That's like it was like Alabama in 20 what years that the LSU and Alabama championship game. Like it was a little bit more scoring, but man, it was just like it was just beating. It was a physical beatdown. But we won the championship, and of course, y'all know what was coming next. The recruiting train and the NFL guys go to the NFL. That was a sad day. I mean, literally, I think Monday, well, not Monday, it was like Saturday, Sunday. Like they just kept coming out. They just kept bringing these. Everybody kept coming out. But we did retain Nolan. Tyke is coming back. We did retain some of the bigger names on our team. But of course, we all know the Kobe's gone. Devontae Wyatt is gone. One of our tight ends just left. I didn't even know he was going to. One of the tight ends just left. So yeah. So we're getting into now. It's kind of, I wouldn't say you need a rebuild. It's just it's just bringing in better talent. But to those guys that we're losing, like we're going to lose Cook and we're going to lose Zamir. So you get to do your duos and like, what are some of y'all favorite memories from that senior class like that we've had that's leaving this year, or the guys that are just leaving in general?
I mean, I don't think getting better than the championship game. That's my moment. That the Keely Ringo pick was like you knew, okay, this is over for real. Because we was up by 8, and there was a moment they could have drove down the field, two-point conversion, tied the ball game up. Could have been overtime.
Right.
Keely picked that ball off and was like, "Everton go down." Like, I'm not going down. Took all 8 back and went to the end zone. Put up 15 points. That was I could relax there. But okay, finally, it's over. So for me, it don't get no more special than that.
I'll let you go, 18.
I ain't gonna lie, man. One of my favorite moments was that same championship game watching James Cook when we needed him break that 60-yard run, and then later in the game.
Ass. I'll just say that he saved his ass.
Hold on, Mike. And I was gonna add too, Mike, on the touchdown to Arian Smith, James Cook pass protection when he picked up that blitz that helped set up the TD pass to Donnie Mitchell. That was very big for us too, man. James Cook gonna be a star in this league. I hope we can draft him.
One thing,
big time.
Man, we need Haskins, man. We need
Haskins.
Haskins, I'm telling you, Haskins. It's the same offense, bro. That Arthur Smith runs. Haskins will fit better here in Atlanta. I'm telling you. Go watch the tape.
We'll see. We go. Everybody here just say James and you the only winner until we have to. You know, that'll be a draft session.
Haskins, I'm telling you, Haskins, he's a red zone running back. That's what you need.
I know.
That's what we need in this offense.
I watched Michigan hand in hand with Georgia.
I mean, we had a red zone running back until they brought Mike Davis in.
Yeah. I think
Mike Davis, let's not bring up Mike
Davis. Let's just say
I
gotta say Devontae Wyatt. His block really changed the momentum of that entire game. That doesn't happen. Alabama scores, and we're looking at a completely different game. That
you talking about the field goal block?
The field goal block where he that changed the momentum.
Yeah, him and Jalen Carter. Yeah.
But that moment right there changed it for me because like I feel as though that Alabama is gaining confidence right there, and when they don't give Mike Tyson nowhere to breathe. You give him a breather, he get on you, he gonna knock you out. That's Alabama. You don't get those guys a chance to breathe, and that right there killed everything.
Yeah.
And it gave them the ball back. It gave Alabama, Georgia the ball back on the shorter field.
Yeah, that was a big play.
I'm surprised y'all not talking about. I'm surprised. Go ahead.
Which one? Which play you talking about?
I'm not even talking about the play. Y'all saying that the best part of the season for y'all, and I'm gonna be honest with you. it's the Clemson game. Y'all set the tone the first game of the season against a team who has won multiple championships in the past few
I
years,
wasn't
and y'all
surprised.
set the tone. And I said that, after that game, I'm like, this may be the year. This may be the year y'all may end up winning the national championship. I had this conversation with TJ, and I said, and after
Yeah.
that game, I said that y'all may have a chance to win the championship just
Yeah,
by
Don,
just
that
by
Christopher Smith pick six was big.
I think my favorite. I don't even know like my favorite moment from the season. I think my favorite career moment. I think for really, I think in the Kobe Dean, the when he would, I think that play right there, when the Kobe Dean, everybody goes back and highlights that play like, oh, he's a real leader, he's a real leader. But you got to go back and really look at that play and look what he did to save the touchdown on that play, and then he got on Anderson Dale about it, and then Anderson Dale went and got a sack. Like it's stuff like that. Like everybody's like, oh, well, he's a real leader. I was just like, okay, yeah, but look at what he did, his athleticism. I think my overall favorite moment though was the to seeing those boys. I think, oh man, it was so many good games this year. The Clemson game was so. I told Nathan this. We had the media day show. If y'all go back and watch that media day show, really any of my beginning of the season Georgia shows, I said the road to 12-0 starts when we beat Clemson. I told him that. I said that from the beginning. I said when we beat Clemson, we're going 12-0. And I like you can't put that against me. I said the only game we might lose, and it was weird. So I said we might lose SEC championship. I just felt like that was gonna be the shakiest game of the year. But I said we're going to 12-0. I said there's not a team in the SEC that was better than us this year, especially on our like there was not a better team we played on our like there was no close game. There was every game we played was a blowout. Like the point margin by the end of the year was like 200 and something, like 14. Like, bro, we were just better than every team we played this year. And you hit a road bump, which I think we weren't expecting that. I wasn't expecting a road bump, even though it's always something crazy with Alabama. We always get Alabama and doing our best season, and they always find a way to spoil it. But we hit a road bump, and then you get right back to it, and then you go beat Michigan, who had just beat who was the team like everyone's like, oh, they got a shot, beat Ohio State, beat Michigan, was beating the good teams in the Big Ten. Go and blow out Michigan, and then then you go to Alabama on top when you were feeling yourself. I don't think anybody realizes Georgia at that point, we had such a swagger about us when we beat Michigan. We was ready for Alabama. Like if you go back to Georgia's page and listen to how those guys were talking about going to Indy. Like all of those guys, yeah, we'll see y'all in 10 days. We'll see y'all in Indy. Let's get ready for Indy. Like it was just like we're ready to go. And I think Stetson came in at that point, and it was weird seeing him kind of sort of like check people about how you talk about him. Because he kind of sort of he came in when he did his press conference, he came in and said, I hear y'all and I see y'all, and I'm not gonna he said, and I don't really care about what y'all say. And I think that was the whole attitude for the team. When you start hearing, oh, y'all are not in shape, y'all are unconditioned, y'all haven't played any hard games, y'all gonna lose Alabama again. Like when you start hearing that stuff over and over again after one loss, and you were just 12-0, that's something that resonate with you. And
And
those
when
guys,
Kirby Smart refused the Gatorade bath too, kept them boys
yeah,
focused on the national championship. We
yeah,
got bigger fish to fry.
yeah. Kirby.
Man, that Florida fan in that video, man, he was sounding real salty about nobody outside of the state of Georgia cares about the Bulldogs
Oh
national
yeah,
championship. Talking about, I'm like, bro, like
you know,
you really had time out your day. You could have been doing something good and positive for the world, but you would sit there and make a video crying about why Florida's trash and want to sit here and down somebody else's championship. But I guess,
well, Florida
I guess,
doesn't
but
want to have a leading championship since Bush was in office. I want y'all to let that sink in. We have had three
bro,
presidents since
where has Florida
COVID.
done? What has Florida done in the past 14 years? Nothing. Like they literally had criminals and domestic violent abusers on they staff. Like, come on now.
I don't think if everybody in comments, y'all remember the Immaculate 2018. I want you to go back and look how many felony charges that team had. And then you had Jesus Tebow as the quarterback. I just really want people to go back and look at that. But looking into we're going to recruiting. Recruiting never stopped. I don't think we stopped since. But Kirby went to high school the other day in his private helicopter to go visit some kids. Had a whole bunch of kids at the ring ceremony, not the ring ceremony, championship celebration at the stadium. Had an actual recruiting section for those guys. But yeah, I mean, what do you think we already? I don't know if we're number one yet. I know we're close to being number one, but going into we're getting guys because mind you, Keely Ringo's gonna come back next year. He was a redshirt freshman, so. He'll be back next year. Tyke will be back next year. You bring in the best corner in the class. You bring in probably one of the biggest. You got a guy. I want to tell people these. I want to tell this guy because I don't think people understand. Kirby really won and got another Jordan Davis. I don't think people understand. Kirby really won and got another Jordan Davis. Literally, that is literally his brother. I don't. He is 6'5", 330, and he's coming to Georgia. So, like, you look at those guys.
Like, UDS like Jordan Davis, like, that's impressive.
Yeah. So, what do you do if as a Georgia fan? Like, I guess I'll say, what do you guys is like close to being expectations for next year? Like, you think we repeat? Do we go another 12-0 season? Do we go 11-1 and repeat? Like, what do you guys think expectation-wise next year?
I'll go. If we beat, I think we will beat Oregon first game of the season. I looked at the schedule ahead for 2022, and we'll be 12-0 going to the SEC championship game again. Repeating is going to be hard because you got a very talented but young defense. We lose 8 starters that contribute on defense. So it really depends on how much the offense goes up the next level come this season here. Because we'll have a good defense, we need to have our dynamic offense. If that happens, we got to get a chance repeating, but it's going to be tough. I think 2023 we'll definitely be right back at it, winning again, but it's possible this year. It's possible, so it's going to be tough, though. But definitely 12-0 head to SEC championship game again. I see that.
Possible, but it's going to be hard when you don't have a good do we know who the quarterback's going to be?
Not yet.
That's a problem. You can't talk about repeating if you don't know who the quarterback is at this point. All right, you would have to be driven and led by the running game, the offensive line and the running backs coming in. Like you would have to ride the wave until the quarterback is ready to take over. As far as just the offense, because you have Brock, you have a number of guys coming in, but at the end of the day, like it all starts up front. I don't think we have on our better offensive line, as far as a cohesive unit is concerned. They just didn't mesh well. For whatever reason, for me, I don't think this offensive line meshed well. And that's a problem. Maybe it had a lot to do with the musical chairs at quarterback, but they just didn't match well. So, you're going to have to ride the running back and the offensive line until they're ready. And we already know Kirby is good for playing conservative until he's comfortable.
Yeah. We won't know the quarterback until after spring. So, and then
that's why. That's why I'm hoping Stetson Bennett rise into the sunset so we can see JT and Vandergriff, bro. Listen. Stetson Bennett, he got my respect, and I appreciate your contributions to the University of Georgia. However, your services, they're no longer needed, bro. I'm sorry.
I think when you get the fact of having gunners, Just think about it. You're gonna have Gunner here next year. You're gonna have Brock. You're gonna have Carson, and you're still. If JT does transfer, we don't know about Simpson because he still has another year, even though he's been here 6 years. He has another year sitting in his back pocket. You don't know what we will be. I think having a young quarterback is going to be weak. It's like we haven't had a real. I've like first young quarterback from. I mean, of course you had Stafford, you had Aaron Murray, those guys, but young quarterback was Fromm. Fromm was a young quarterback when we had him. Like when he first started, he took Easton's spot. He wasn't even a freshman the first year he started. Was he a freshman? Yeah, I think he was. He was a freshman in 2018. Because I remember he left. He left in 2018. So.
You talking Fromm?
Yeah, Fromm. I think Fromm was a freshman when he started, wasn't he? Or he a sophomore?
Yeah, 2017 season. Yeah. 2017.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's been the last because Stetson wasn't young. I mean, last year, of course, 2020 was a weird year for us. When we started with Dwayne, then we found out he was trash. And then you go into
Jamie Newman declared right before the season.
That was
he messed up his whole career by that one move.
Yeah.
He really did. I mean, I've never seen somebody fumble a bag worse than Dennis Reader, but I think he fumbled a bag worse than Dennis Reader. Like, bro, it's like when you think.
Well, I'm gonna say this because I ain't gonna.
What did you say, Don? I didn't hear you. Repeat it.
But it's choppy. It's choppy on my. It's choppy. But what I was saying is,
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna say
going
what
in
I
and
got
out.
to say about like y'all saying about repeat. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay. All right. So yeah, well, my thing is as a repeat. I don't know. Like this year, y'all for New Year's, y'all ate y'all collard greens and black eyed peas for y'all to get that natty. But for this year, as a repeat, like what Matt Mike said, we don't even know who the quarterback is. We just don't know. And that's a question that everybody should be scratching their head about going, to this offseason and, in the spring game and seeing who Kirby's going to choose. To be honest, it should be Brock Vandagriff. That's who I'm projecting you guys starters should be. And if it is, you guys not only would repeat, but I feel like y'all can grab a couple of championships with him as y'all quarterback for the next few years. Arch Manning and the Manning family, they can burn in hell because they didn't choose Michigan as his school to go to.
Damn, you can't get them all now.
They can all kiss my behind on that.
Damn.
Oh boy.
The top 5 though.
I'm looking at the previous champions. And the last team
to
repeat.
God, you did not. Don't do it to him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, Mike. I gotta the facts, the stats, and the truth. Yo, the last team to repeat back-to-back champions was Alabama in 2011 and 2012.
Led by Kirby Smart defense. I want to throw that in there.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Oh, I still haven't forgiven him about that little shot that he took at Kirby. I'm still salty about that one.
You talking about Nick Saban?
Nick Saban talking about he did okay while he was there. He the reason why your defense was that damn good and that dominant.
Right.
Saban got a weird hate towards his old coaches. Like he really don't like them. Like if you don't work for him, he don't like you. It's kind of like Bill Belichick too. Like you know when Belichick gets beat by his old coaches, he always got to take a shot. Like, that guy was good while he was here. Like it's not that serious. Like just take it. Like when if Georgia gets the chance to play Michigan State, and we got to play Mel Tucker. I promise you, Kirby ain't gonna have no beef towards Mel Tucker. Like Mel Tucker did a great job while he was here at Georgia. So, like anybody Dan Lanning, we played Dan Lanning the first game next year. Like, there's not gonna be a problem with that. And I think people don't I think a lot of people I know a lot of people don't like Saban, and it's really because the way Saban acts towards people. Like, you like, bro, like, okay, these guys were your team. And then you just like, you gonna be mad because he beat you. I'm like, don't be mad about that. I understand it's a competitive game.
What, 6-7 championships? Cheer your ass up. Damn, smile, motherfucker.
I mean, you talking about Bill Belichick? You should have seen how he looked at how he acted after he lost to the Bucks this past season. Didn't show Tom Brady no love.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing about it. Like,
and Brady the same way too.
Yeah, Brady does. We all know Brady. Yeah.
Man, talking about with Nick Foles. I try to be a good sport. Man, you lying like him.
Yeah. You know he was lying, but I think don't do that. Triple G, don't do that. Don't even.
Don't. We're not gonna deal with that negativity here. We don't deal with negativity.
Hey, AGG, I appreciate that message. If Stetson Bennett for 2023 Atlanta
You better
Falcons.
be glad right now. I ain't got control. Your ass would have been muted like a mother.
But I want to play. I gotta play this video before we get out of here because it just is the pinnacle. It's the tip top of this season, and I'm just gonna have to play it, man. When somebody said we all Georgia, this is another one. I got it. Really, I just want to see Kirby athleticism. Kirby dunking. I think Kirby got a dunk. I feel like Kirby still got it somewhere. I think he be at practice. We don't see it though. I think Kirby be at practice jumping with the guys. I think he be out there showing them how to really play the position. But I want to thank you guys for coming on. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Slayer is gone. So O-line wise, I don't know. I don't know how O-line's gonna be. I mean, Jameer was literally the captain. So, I think that's just been he's gonna be the guy I think we're gonna miss the most.
I think Justin Shaffer's going too.
Yeah. So going into saying, I guess we'll say, the goodbye to our senior class. Like, who is gonna be the senior you miss the most out of all of them? Like, I think mine is gonna be Slayer. I think the guys going to the draft, who you gonna miss the most? I think mine will be Slayer. I just think like what he did for the team this year, being that steady rock, no matter what position we put him in, showed out. And of course the duo we got back there. I mean that Cook and Juice duo cooked all year, man. I think them too, because sometimes we was questioning Simpson and they would start handing the ball off. I'm just like, okay, we getting to go. I was like, okay, that we can trust those two. If we can trust nothing else, we can trust those two. So to the guys that are leaving, like, who are the guys you really, want to speak your thanks to the most? I'll let you go first.
Who going first?
I said Mike. Mike go first.
Okay, my bad. I didn't hear you.
Who I miss the most?
Like, who's your thank you? Like, who you gonna miss the most? Yeah.
Thanks to I gotta say Jordan Davis. He came in like you said, almost 400 pounds, man. It's like I don't think people realize how difficult that is for that young man to come in where he was challenged from the very beginning. A lot of guys are not challenged the way he was challenged because like we're gifted, I hate to say it, but slim people don't understand how difficult it is to lose weight. right? That dude is damn near 400 pounds. For him to not only, deal with his own personal issue as far as his weight is concerned, like he put it on the field and he got better as time progressed. Like he started at the bottom and he gradually got better. And now he's not only a champion, but like he was the heart and soul of that defense. That defense is not as aggressive. Those guys don't you don't get the best out of N'Kobe Dean. If that's just my personal opinion, you don't get the best out of a Dean. You don't get the best out of linebackers. You don't get the best out of those, those secondary guys without Jordan Davis being in the middle and pretty much just wreaking havoc. He allowed everybody to do their job properly. So, like, I gotta say thank you to Jordan Davis on that.
You go ahead, Nathan. Nathan, you go ahead. Do you hear me, Nathan? I don't know. Is it a line?
Oh, it's Nathan. My bad. I think it's Nathan. My bad. Sorry.
No.
Who is Nathan? Nathan. My bad. Okay. I'm sorry. No.
I got pause up in my mouth, man.
James Cook would be mine. Somebody said it early, and I fully agree. I think James Cook will be a stud in the NFL, and he could have went. He could have transferred out, went anywhere, and his versatility is going to pay off in the long run. But like that big run, championship game, and a little stuff he done along the time in leadership and stuff, and he never once flinched. No transfer report, none of that stuff. Stayed the whole 4 years, and we don't that big run in the championship game that kind of turned things around and bust them open for us to take over that game. And I'm grateful that he stayed around, man. I hope he has a wonderful NFL career, which I think he will.
Go ahead, ATM.
Well, Mike picked. He basically picked the one that I'm gonna miss. So I'm gonna go with George Pickens, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. Nah, we gotta. Hey, you think about we still losing to Kobe. Like you didn't say nothing about the Kobe. We losing to Kobe, and he was the leader. Like you had the heart and soul in Jordan, but that leader, that guy you knew was gonna hold your middle down was the Kobe.
Yeah.
Him, and we got guys transferring out, but those are guys that really weren't, stars on the team. But you still don't like seeing guys leave. But everybody says that the Sabres had a quote that was saying that the transfer portal wasn't going to be a good thing. You know how open it is now. That it wasn't going to be a good thing for college football because guys are going to leave. Now, we get to next year where we're going to have to prep for Jahmyr Gibbs on Alabama. Because, he's pressing from Georgia Tech, if y'all didn't know. He went to Alabama. Out of all the schools he could have, I'm surprised he really didn't pick Georgia. I think that was the most shocking transfer portal thing I saw. Rattler going to South Carolina was crazy. That was another one I think that really, I don't know. It was a couple weird. I'm okay. Both Knicks going to Oregon work.
That was crazy.
I understood that one though. I knew he was gonna go somewhere where he could play like like a spread offense. He didn't fit in Auburn, and he was getting killed at Auburn. Like them fans was hated him. So I understand why he left. But like when I saw Rattler leave and go to South Carolina to go play some Beamer ball, I was like, okay, yeah, we get into weird. This gonna be next year's gonna be weird. And we don't know. Georgia might get Caleb Williams. We just don't know yet. Like, Caleb Williams might just show up in Athens in the next couple of days. And we just won the national championship. So that's another reason why he should show up. But I think, the Wall, Matt Stafford, Aaron Murray, they really couldn't do it. But football Bennett did. And that's hilarious. I don't blame. You know what? I don't blame Matt. I don't think Matthew Stafford. I have to think back because those years was crazy. Like I was young with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's the reason why I love Georgia. But I was real young with Matthew Stafford. Now I remember Aaron Murray's career at Georgia. That team was ridiculous. That's the team I remember. He was ridiculous in his own different way, but like Aaron Murray was just a dog. David Green. I didn't get to watch Shockey. Shockey was What, 05 when we won the SEC championship with Shockey? It was 05?
Yeah,
What year was that?
Mhm.
Yeah,
05.
I was 4 years old, so I don't remember that. But I remember Matthew Stafford. And I remember hearing Murray. So and don't even bring up Dewan. That man went to Temple and still was bad. So I
So
mean,
so here's my
I'm
question: would y'all rather see Caleb Williams or JT Daniels next season?
mm, mm,
JT.
JT.
JT. Yeah, I like Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams is a really wants to get out the pocket running quarterback. Like he wants to run. Like you watch Caleb Williams play when he played Texas. He wanted to run the ball. Like he can throw it. He can swing with the best of them, but he really wants to.
Bruh, that just brought up a whole point. I gotta send y'all this video, but basically Stetson Bennett had an open touchdown in the national championship, and he decided to run.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing with Stetson, we've noticed Stetson like mentally, we know that Stetson has miscues. Like we all know he does. And I don't. He's a young guy. He's a young player, so I'm okay. I understand it. First off, Notre Dame. I'm thinking Notre Dame will touch the championship in the next 10 years. Um, I don't. I like the coach at Notre Dame. I'm not gonna lie. I like Marcus Freeman. I just don't think they're gonna be good enough in the next couple of years to be on top. It I don't know. It really depends on. It really depends on what they do recruiting wise. But yeah, like we know they keep going, but we don't. It's expected. You never know. He might come out and change his mind. It's expected he's going to the transfer portal, but I just don't know, man.
Oh, he's in there.
Did Cali TV hit different? Look at Blake. Okay, the Mount Verdi. Yeah, he went to Mount Verdi. And I can't even remember what JT was. But I know them college quarterbacks, they have a track record at being good in college. I will give them that. They do have a great track record. It's sad USC and UCLA couldn't get them, but then they're at home. And like it's stuff like that you see. But we're gonna go ahead and end it off. Um, this was fun. This was got to have a Michigan fan come in here, so But definitely gotta have fun. Thank you for coming on with our Dark Nation. Go ahead and shout yourself out.
Oh yeah, if you're on Twitter, follow me. We are Dark Nation right there at the bottom. I'll enjoy the Bulldog talk all the time, man. So I'll tweet about UGA.
Yeah. Of course, y'all know Mad Mike. Y'all know the mad scientist.
About to hit you up right
We have we all know Mike has been the Stetson Bennett crusader.
I don't hate the man. I just think he fucking sucks.
I can't tell.
Put
We
words
can't
in my
tell.
mouth. I
We
never
can't
said I
tell,
don't
Mike.
like
I can't tell,
him. I
Mike.
never said I don't like him. I just said he's fucking trash. There's a difference.
Well, when you say you need a crack pipe in the national championship game
Because
and begging,
my numbers were this. Look, I want to win. I'm tired of losing. Okay, we needed that. The state of Georgia needed that. So I was about to smoke anything. You put it in front of me, I was gonna smoke it at that time because I was through the roof. My blood pressure was gone, bro. We needed that. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't hate that. I just think he fucking sucks.
all we asking you to do is give Stetson Bennett and Brian Snicker their credit. That's all we asking you to do. We don't want you ain't gotta love them, but just give them their respect.
I said he didn't fuck it up. That's the best you can get from it.
No, I'll put it like this.
Almost, but he didn't. He redeemed himself. For that last pass, I give most of the credit to Mitchell, who's getting no credit for it, but he got the ball there. That's what you're supposed to do. Get the ball in the vicinity of the receiver so the receiver can make a big play on the ball. He did that. That's what quarterback's supposed to do. So he did exactly what he's supposed to do.
I think the funniest reaction.
How the hell he fumbled the ball like that? I've never seen him do that.
That was crazy, bro. He
That was funny, bro. When Stetson did that
tripping,
little fumble, I said, bro, you ain't never done that in your life. Ain't no way.
I ain't never seen that in my life. So it's like he's a magician.
He did a zip move, folded it, picked it back up, and fell on it. I was like, bro, ain't no way. I was like, you just can't do that. I said, man, I don't think. But I think that this is it for ATM. Go ahead and shout yourself out, Mr. Receipt Man.
Hey man, follow me on Twitter at ATM0534. And also follow AFN, follow Feli Sports, Matt Mike, Jew, K Styles, LT, Tyrone, and Dog Nation. Follow everybody, man.
Hey man, dog. I will say, we are Dog Nation was my first ever call on Tyrone. So I will always give him his props, man. That man came on. That one, I think we did that show like 6:00 in the afternoon. I was just like, well, let's get a show done. Let's talk about media day. He's the first guy head up. Let's talk about media day. And we got on. We talked for at least an hour that day. It might have been 2. It was something close to it. But we just felt
it didn't seem like it was like an hour and a half we talked though.
It was like an hour and a half. It was something. I went on. It's funny. I went back to watch it, and I was just like, man, we really had a great. We really kind of sort of predicted this whole year. I don't think the only thing we didn't predict was Stetson Bennett winning.
No one saw that. No one saw that.
No.
Look, I think I saw that happening. Hopefully he just wasn't screwed up. That's all my thing.
That man Tyrone after the game, he's like, I can't believe we won a national championship with Stetson Bennett. Oh my god!
I don't know, like the emotion came out because I was like, Stetson Bennett won a national championship in Georgia, and it's so funny. He looks like the old quarterback that won the first one.
He did.
And he looks just like him.
He did.
He looks just like the first quarterback at Georgia. Got the same curly hair and everything. I was like, yeah, okay. So we got a little trend going on. We got to get curly hair kids from Georgia so we can win the national championship. But
look up Buck Baloo 1980 picture. I'm telling you, Buck Baloo 1980 picture. It's eerie. Like, what the heck? And then you think about Herschel.
That looks like his granddad. It really looks. That could be his granddad if you look at him the right way. It's crazy. I'm gonna talk about the picture.
Bridget Kelsey just asked, "Did you like Jake Fromm?"
Bridget, don't leave me alone. Bridget, you gonna leave me alone? Leave me alone, okay?
Let me see if I can find this man's picture before we get out of here. I really want to find. I gotta find
me today. I'm trying to be that good.
Mike, you go catch it. You go catch it. As soon as you said something about Stetson, it was like, you gotta see it. You gotta pull Mike.
Don't dislike the quarterbacks. I've always said it's always been Kirby Smart. I don't trust him with any quarterback. He hasn't given us any reason to trust him when it comes down to quarterbacks.
Well, you better trust him now. We got a ring.
What? Yeah, does anybody know his name or what is his name? I gotta find this picture of this man because he looks just like him. Like Stetson looks just like him. It's actually scary. Like I have never. Yeah.
Buck Baloo.
Yeah, there you go.
Buck Baloo. Yeah, that's it. Good God, that's a country ass name, Buck Baloo.
Look, you say Buck Baloo and then you think it's Stetson Bennett.
Does anybody know Buck Baloo outside of Georgia? Let's be real.
Nope. Not at all.
Nobody ever talked to Buck Baloo outside of Georgia. Like you can't really. Oh my God, that picture is so crazy. He looks just like Stetson. Like, that's creepy. Let me see if I'm gonna add it to the thing. But that's like, bro, I don't think anybody can really say like, okay, oh man, he looks just like Stetson. Like, nobody knows Buck Baloo unless you're a Georgia fan. I don't think anybody knows who Buck Baloo is, even if you are a Georgia fan. If you don't know the history of the 1980s team, you don't know who he is. Yeah, this is Buck Baloo, y'all. Y'all can't tell me that's not Stetson Bennett's
granddad. That man really do look like Stetson Bennett. I'm dead.
You can't tell me he's not Spencer Bennett's granddad.
He looked like that. He looked like dang, what's that man off that show? The old TV show. Step by step with the hair. I forget his name, but he looked like that with the afro. It's so long. He looked like that dude.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. We got 4 and 5. So what we gonna go with Carson Beck and Brock Messenger?
That's what he got.
There you go. See, this is that's another. We talked about that more often. We gotta see what we gonna do with those guys. I think. Look, me and Nathan and all. Hopefully, this same panel, these same 4 guys will be on after the spring game.
I hope so, man.
We'll do media day, of course, but after the spring game, the spring game and media day. But hopefully, the same 4 guys will all be on, and we will give y'all our honest opinion about what we see out of this team in after the spring game. Y'all can. Well, I'll try to contribute as best as possible, but after the spring game, that's what we gonna do. You'll see probably the same 4 of us. It might not be the same day as the spring game. It might be after we watch film on the spring game, but you will probably see the same 4 of us sitting there talking about what we thought this team. But yeah, I think y'all ended here. Shout out everybody for coming on. Shout out Pod 6 for being a sponsor of today's show. Use code FILA for 100% deposit match. No matter how much you deposit, it will get matched if you use code FILA. Please use that. If you want to see me keep doing shows and stuff, man, come on. You gotta give it to me, man. Use code FILA FILA on Pod 6. Gotta put this picture up. Just to end it off, and then there goes Mike's favorite quarterback.
Look at that boy Stetson Bennett over there.
I hope some